Welcome, friends. Welcome to another session on the power of your subconscious mind by Joseph Murphy. This is an outstanding book where he is opening um, opening a new portal within us by showing us that how, with the right mindset, we can achieve everything in our life. And today we are going to start the reading from the topic "Your future is in your subconscious mind," which is very interesting. And today we have Meena ji with us, who is going to read the chapter for us. So, Meena ji, platform is all yours. Thank you very much. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Atmavandan, a very good evening and a very warm welcome to you all. Thank you so much for joining today's session. So today we're on page 20 and the section that we're reading covers your future is in your subconscious mind. Remember that because your future is the result of your habitual thinking, it is already in your mind unless you change it through prayer. In the same way, the future of a country is in the collective subconscious of the people of that nation. There is nothing strange in the dream I had wherein I saw the headlines of the newspapers long before the events they spoke of. Those events had already taken place in the minds of those who would bring them about. All their plans were already engraved on that great recording instrument. The collective subconscious of the universal mind. Tomorrow's events are in your subconscious mind. So are next week's and next month's. They may be perceived by a highly psychic or clairvoyant person. No disaster or tragedy can happen to you if you decide to pray. Nothing is predetermined or foreordained. Your mental attitude, the way you think, feel, and believe determines your destiny. You can, through scientific prayer, mould, fashion, and create your own future. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. A cat nap nets him $15,000. Years ago, one of my students mailed me a newspaper clipping about a man named Ray Hammerstrom, who worked as a roller in the Pittsburgh steel mill. The mill had recently installed a new machine that controlled the delivery of newly forged steel bars to what were called cooling beds. Despite the best efforts of the installers, the machine could not be made to work properly. Engineers worked on it for several days, but to no avail. Hammerstrom thought a lot about the problem. He tried to figure out a new design that might work. Nothing came to him. One afternoon he lay down for a nap. As he fell asleep, he thought about the switch problem. During his nap, he had a dream in which he saw a perfect design for the faculty switch. When he awoke, he sketched his new design according to the outline of his dream. The visionary catnap won Hammerstrom a check for $15,000, the largest award the firm had ever given an employee for a new idea. How a professor solved his problem in sleep. Dr. H.V. Helprecht was an eminent professor of Israel at the University of Pennsylvania. In his memoirs, he recounted an amazing experience. One Saturday evening, I had been wearing myself in the vain attempt to decipher two small fragments of agate, which were supposed to belong to the finger rings of some Babylonians. About midnight, weary and exhausted, I went to bed and dreamed the following remarkable dream. A tall, thin priest of Nippur, about 40 years of age, led me to the treasure chamber of the temple, a small, low-ceilinged room, without windows, while scraps of agate and lapizuli lay scattered on the floor. Here he addressed me as follows: "The two fragments which you have published separately on pages 22 and 26 belong together, are not finger rings. The first two rings served as earrings for the statue of the god. The two fragments you have are the portions of them. If you will put them together, you will have confirmation of my words." I woke at once. I examined the fragments, and to my astonishment, found the dream verified. The problem was then at last solved. This demonstrates clearly the creative manifestation of his subconscious mind, which knew the answer to all his problems. How the subconscious worked for a famous writer while he slept. In one of his books, Across the Plains, Robert Louis Stevenson devotes a whole chapter to the topic of dreams. He was a vivid dreamer. It was his persistent habit to give specific instructions to his subconscious every night prior to sleep. He would request his subconscious to evolve stories for him while he slept. For example, if his bank account was low, his command to his subconscious would be something like this: "Give me a good thrilling novel that will be marketable and profitable." His subconscious responded magnificently. Stevenson recounts, "These little brownies, the intelligences and powers of his subconscious, can tell me a story piece by piece, like a serial, and keep me, it supposed, a creator, all the while in total ignorance of where they aim. That part of my work which is done when I am up and about, while he is consciously aware and awake, is by no means necessarily mine, since all goes to show that the brownies have a hand in it, even then. Sleep in peace and wake in joy. If you suffer from insomnia, you will find the following prayer very effective. Repeat it slowly, quietly, and lovingly prior to sleep. My toes are relaxed. My ankles are relaxed. My abdominal muscles are relaxed. My heart and lungs are relaxed. My hands and arms are relaxed. My neck is relaxed. My brain is relaxed. My face is relaxed. My eyes are relaxed. My whole mind and body are relaxed. I fully and freely forgive everyone, and I sincerely wish for them harmony, health, peace, and all the blessings of life. I am at peace. I am poised, serene, and calm. I rest in security and in peace. A great stillness steals over me, and a great calm quiets my whole being as I realize the divine presence within me. I know that the realization of life and love heals me. I wrap myself in the mantle of love and fall asleep, filled with goodwill for all. Throughout the night, peace remains with me, and in the morning, I shall be filled with life and love. A circle of love is drawn around me. I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. I sleep in peace, I wake in joy, and in him I live, move, and have my being. Summary of your aids to the wonders of sleep. If you are worried that you will not wake up on time, suggest to your subconscious mind prior to sleep the exact time you wish to arise, and it will awaken you. It needs no clock. Do the same thing with all problems. There is nothing too hard for your subconscious. Your subconscious never sleeps. It is always on the job. It controls all your vital functions. Forgive yourself and everyone else before you go to sleep, and healing will take place much more rapidly. Guidance is given you while you are asleep. Sometimes in a dream, the healing currents are also released, and in the morning you feel refreshed and rejuvenated. When troubled by the vexations and strife of the day, till the wheels of your mind and think about the wisdom and intelligence lodged in your subconscious mind, which is ready to respond to you. This will give you peace, strength, and confidence. Sleep is essential for peace of mind and health of body. Lack of sleep can cause irritation, depression, and mental disorders. You need 8 hours sleep. Medical research scholars point out that insomnia sometimes precedes psychotic breakdowns. You are spiritually recharged during sleep. Adequate sleep is essential for joy and vitality in life. Your tired brain craves sleep so hungrily that it will sacrifice anything to get it. Many who have fallen asleep at the wheel of an automobile can testify to this. Many sleep-deprived people have poor memories and lack proper coordination. They become befuddled, confused, and disorientated. Sleep brings counsel. Prior to sleep, claim that the infinite intelligence of your subconscious mind is guiding and directing you. Then, watch for the lead that comes, perhaps on awakening. Trust your subconscious completely. Know that its tendency is always lifeward. Occasionally, your subconscious answers you in a very vivid dream and a vision in the night. You can be forewarned in a dream in the same way as the author of this book was warned. Your future is in your mind now. Based on your habitual thinking and beliefs, claim infinite intelligence leads and guides you, and that all good is yours, and your future will be wonderful. Believe it and accept it. Expect the best, and invariably the best will come to you. If you are writing a novel, play, or book, or are working on an invention, speak to your subconscious mind at night and claim boldly that its wisdom, intelligence, and power are guiding, directing, and revealing to you the ideal play, novel, book, or are revealing the perfect solution, whatever it may be. Wonders will happen as you pray this way. Your subconscious mind and marital problems. All marital trouble is caused by a failure to properly understand the function and powers of the mind. Friction between husband and wife will disappear when each partner uses the law of mind correctly. By praying together, they stay together. The contemplation of divine ideals, the study of the laws of life, the mutual agreement on a common purpose and plan, and the enjoyment of personal freedom bring about that harmonious marriage, that wedded bliss, that sense of oneness where the two become one. The best time to prevent divorce is before marriage. There is nothing wrong with deciding to get out of a very, very bad situation. But why get into the bad situation in the first place? Would it not be better to give attention to the real cause of marital problems, to really get at the root of the matter in the first place? Problems of marital unhappiness, discord, separation, and divorce are no different from all other problems of men and women. They can be traced directly to a lack of knowledge of the working and interrelationship of the conscious and subconscious mind. The meaning of marriage. To be genuine, a marriage must begin on a sound spiritual basis. It must be of the heart, and the heart is a chalice of love. Honesty, sincerity, kindness, and integrity are all aspects of love. Each partner should be perfectly honest and sincere with the other. It is not a true marriage when a man marries a woman to lift his ego or because he wants to share her money or social position. This indicates a lack of sincerity, honesty, and true love. Such a marriage is a farce, a sham, and a masquerade. If a woman says, "I am tired of working, I want to get married because I want security. Her major premise is false. She is not using the laws of mind correctly. Her security depends upon her knowledge of the interaction of the conscious and subconscious mind and its application. A woman or a man will never lack for wealth or health if she applies the techniques outlined in the chapters of this book. Her wealth can come to her independent of her husband, parents, or anyone else. A woman is not dependent on a husband for health, peace, joy, inspiration, guidance, love, wealth, security, happiness, or anything in the world. Her security and peace of mind come from her knowledge of the powers within her and from the constant use of the laws of her own mind in a constructive fashion. How to attract the ideal husband. If you've studied the chapters that precede this one, you are now acquainted with the way your subconscious mind works. You know that whatever you impress upon it will be experienced in your world. Begin now to impress your subconscious mind with the qualities and characteristics you desire in a man. The following is an excellent technique. Sit down at night in your armchair. Close your eyes, let go, relax the body, become very quiet, passive and receptive. Talk to your subconscious mind and say to it, I am now attracting a man into my experience who is honest, sincere, loyal, faithful, peaceful, happy, and prosperous. These qualities that I admire are sinking down into my subconscious mind now. As I dwell upon these characteristics, they become a part of me and are embodied subconsciously. I know there is an irresistible law of attraction and that I attract to me a man according to my subconscious belief. I attract that which I feel to be true in my subconscious mind. I know I can contribute to his peace and happiness. He loves my ideals and I love his ideals. He does not want to make me over, neither do I want to make him over. There is mutual love, freedom, and respect. Practice this process of impregnating your subconscious mind. Then you will have the joy of attracting to you a man possessing the qualities and characteristics you mentally dwell upon. Your subconscious intelligence will open up a pathway whereby both of you will meet, according to the irresistible and changeless flow of your subconscious mind. Have a keen desire to give the best that is in you of love, devotion, and cooperation. Be receptive to this gift of love which you have given to your subconscious mind. How to attract the ideal wife. To draw to yourself the life partner that you seek, affirm as follows. I now attract the right woman who is in complete accord with me. This is a spiritual union because it is divine love functioning through the personality of someone with whom I blend perfectly. I know I can gift this woman love, light, peace, and joy. I feel and believe I can make this woman's life full, complete, and wonderful. I now decree that she possesses the following qualities and attributes. She is spiritual, loyal, faithful, and true. She is harmonious, peaceful, and happy. We are irresistibly attracted to each other. Only that which belongs to love, truth, and beauty can enter my experience. I accept my ideal companion now. As you think quietly and with deep interest on the qualities and attributes that you admire in the companion you seek, you will build the mental equivalent into your mentality. Then the deeper currents of your subconscious mind will bring both of you together in divine order. No need for third mistake. Recently, Sheila B., a woman with many years of experience as an administrator, said to me, I have had 3 husbands, and all 3 have been passive and submissive. They all depended on me to make all decisions and govern everything. Why do I attract such men? I asked her if she had known before getting married the second time that her prospective husband had a similar character to her first husband. Of course not, she said emphatically. If I had known he was such a milquetoast, I wouldn't have had anything to do with him. And the same goes for my third. Sheila's trouble did not lie with the men she married. It was a result of her own personality makeup. She was a very assertive person with a strong need to stay in control of every situation she found herself in. On one level, she wanted a partner who would be submissive and passive so that she could play the dominant role. At the same time, her deeper need was for a partner who would be her equal. Her subconscious picture attracted to her the sort of man that she subjectively wanted. But once she found one, she discovered that he did not meet her real needs. She had to learn to break this pattern by adopting the right prayer process. How she broke the negative pattern. Sheila B. finally learned a simple truth. When you believe you can have the type of partner you idealize, it is done unto you as you believe. To break the old subconscious pattern and attract to herself the ideal mate, Sheila used the following prayer. I am building into my mentality the type of man I deeply desire. The man I attract for a husband is strong, powerful, loving, successful, honest, loyal, and faithful. He finds love and happiness with me. I love to follow wherever he leads. I know he wants me, and I want him. I am honest, sincere, and kind. I have wonderful gifts to offer him. They are goodwill, a joyous heart, and a healthy body. He offers me the same. It is mutual. I give and I receive. Divine intelligence knows where this man is, and the deeper wisdom of my subconscious mind is now bringing both of us together in its own way, and we recognize each other immediately. I release this request to my subconscious mind, which knows how to bring my request to pass. I give thanks for the perfect answer. She prayed in this way every day, first thing in the morning and last thing before going to sleep. She affirmed these truths in the confident knowledge that through frequent occupation of the mind, she would reach the mental equivalent of what she sought. The answer to her prayer. Several months went by. Sheila had a number of dates and social engagements, but none of the men she met was what she was looking for. She began to wonder if her quest was hopeless. She found herself starting to question, waver, doubt, and facilitate. At that point, she reminded herself that the infinite intelligence was bringing it to pass in its own way. There was nothing to be concerned about. When she received the final decree in her divorce proceedings, it brought her a great sense of release and mental freedom. Soon afterward, she took a new position as head administrator in a medical group practice. The first day she was on the job, one of the senior physicians came by her office to introduce himself. He had been out of town at a medical conference the day she had interviewed for the position. The minute he walked in, she knew he was the man she was praying for. Apparently, he knew it too. He proposed to her before a month had passed. Their subsequent marriage was ideally happy. The physician was not the passive or submissive type. He was strong, confident, and decisive, well respected in his field, a former college athlete. He was also a deeply spiritual man. Sheila got what she prayed for because she claimed it mentally until she reached the point of saturation. In other words, she mentally and emotionally united with her idea, and it became a part of her. Should I get a divorce? Divorce is very much an individual question. There cannot be a general answer that is valid for everyone. In some cases, of course, there should never have been a marriage in the first place. In other cases, divorce is not a solution. Divorce may be right for one person and wrong for another. A person who is divorced may be far more sincere and noble than many married people who are perhaps living a lie. For example, I was once consulted by a woman whose husband beat her and stole from her to support a drug habit. She had been brought up to believe that marriage is sacred and forever, and that consequently divorce is immoral. I explained to her that true marriage is of the heart. If two hearts blend harmoniously, lovingly, and sincerely, that is the ideal marriage. The pure action of the heart is love. Following this explanation, she knew what to do. She knew in her heart there is no divine law that compelled her to be browbeaten, intimidated, and beaten, simply because someone once said, I pronounce you man and wife. If you are in doubt as to what to do, ask for guidance. Know that there is always an answer and that you will receive it. Follow the lead that comes to you in the silence of your soul. It speaks to you in peace. Drifting into divorce. I once spoke with a young couple who had been married for only a few months, but were already seeking a divorce. I discovered that the young man had a constant fear that his wife would leave him. He expected rejection. And believed that she would be unfaithful to him. These thoughts haunted his mind and became an obsession with him. His mental attitude was one of separation and suspicion. She felt unresponsive to him, but this was a result of his own feeling. The atmosphere of separation operating through his subconscious mind brought about a condition of action in accordance with the mental pattern behind it. There is a law of action and reaction, or cause and effect. The thought is the action, and the response of the subconscious mind is the reaction. His wife left home and asked for a divorce, exactly what he had feared and believed she would do. Divorce begins in the mind. Divorce takes place first in the mind. The legal proceedings follow after. These two young people were full of resentment, fear, suspicion, and anger. These attitudes weaken, exhaust, and debilitate the whole being. They learned that hate divides and that love unites. They began to realize what they had been doing with their minds. Neither of them knew the law of mental action. They were misusing their minds and bringing chaos and misery on themselves. At my suggestion, this couple got back together and experimented with prayer therapy. They began to radiate love, peace, and goodwill to each other. Each one practiced radiating harmony, health, peace, and love to the other. And they alternated in the reading of the Psalms every night. As a result of this sincere effort on their part and the impregnation of their subconscious minds with beneficial impulses, their marriage is growing more beautiful every day. The nagging wife. Many times the reason a wife nags is because she gets no attention. Her legitimate craving for love and affection expresses itself in a way that pushes her partner further away. Give your wife attention and show your appreciation. Praise and exalt all her many good points. Another type of nagging reflects a desire to make the partner conform to a particular pattern. There are few quicker ways to drive a partner away. Wives and husbands must be on their guard not to be scavengers, always looking for petty faults or errors in each other. Let each give attention and praise for the constructive and wonderful qualities in the other. The brooding husband. If a man begins to brood or grows morbid against his wife because of things she said or did, he is, psychologically speaking, committing adultery. One of the meanings of adultery is idolatry, which means giving attention to or uniting mentally with that which is negative and destructive. When a man is silently resenting his wife and is full of hostility toward her, he is unfaithful. He is not faithful to his marriage vows, which are to love, cherish, and honor her all the days of his life. The man who is brooding, bitter, and resentful can swallow his sharp remarks, abate his anger, and go to great lengths to be considerate, kind, and courteous. He can deftly skirt the differences through praise and mental effort. He can get out of the habit of antagonism as he soaks his subconscious mind with thoughts of peace, harmony, and love. He will find that he gets along better, not only with his wife, but with everyone in his life. Assume the harmonious state, and eventually you will find peace and harmony. The great mistake. It is a great mistake to discuss your marital problems or difficulties with neighbours or relatives. Suppose, for example, a wife tells a neighbour, "John treats my mother abominably, drinks to excess, and is constantly abusive and insulting." The wife is degrading and belittling her husband in the eyes of everyone she speaks to. Moreover, as she discusses and dwells upon the shortcomings of her husband, she is actually creating these states within herself. Who is thinking and feeling it? She is. And as you think and feel, so are you. Relatives will usually give you the wrong advice. It is usually biased and prejudiced because it is not given in an impersonal way. Any advice you receive which violates the golden rule, which is a cosmic law, is not good or sound. It is well to remember that no two human beings ever lived beneath the same roof without dashes of temperament, periods of hurt and strain. Never display the unhappy side of your marriage to your friends. Keep your quarrels to yourself. Refrain from criticism and condemnation of your partner. Don't try to remake your partner. Husbands and wives must not try to make their partners over into a second edition of themselves. The tactless attempt to change them is an affront, a statement that they are not worthy in themselves. These attempts are always foolish and many times lead to the destruction of the marriage. Attempting to alter someone destroys pride and self-esteem and arouses a spirit of contrariness and resentment that can prove fatal to the marriage bond. Adjustments are needed, of course. None of us is perfect, and that holds for marriage partners as well. But if you have a good look inside your own mind and study your character and behaviour, you will find enough shortcomings to keep you busy the rest of your life. If you think I will make him or her over into what I want, you are looking for trouble and the divorce court. You are asking for misery. You will have to learn the hard way that there is no one to change but yourself. Pray together and stay together through steps in prayer. The first step, never carry over from one day to another. Accumulated irritations arising from little disappointments. Be sure to forgive each other for any sharpness before you retire at night. The moment you awaken in the morning, claim infinite intelligence is guiding you in all your ways. Send out loving thoughts of peace, harmony, and love to your marriage partner, to all members of the family, and to the whole world. The second step, say grace at breakfast. Give thanks for the wonderful food, for your abundance, and for all your blessings. Make sure that no problems or worries or arguments shall enter into the table conversation. The same applies at dinner time. Say to your wife or husband, I appreciate all you are doing, and I radiate love and goodwill to you all day long. The third step, the husband and wife should alternate in praying each night. Do not take your marriage partner for granted. Show your appreciation and love. Think appreciation and goodwill rather than condemnation, criticism, and nagging. The way to build a peaceful home and a happy marriage is to use a foundation of love, beauty, harmony, mutual respect, faith in God and all things good. Read the 23rd, 27th and 91st Psalms, the 11th chapter of Hebrews, the 13th chapter of I Corinthians, and other great texts of the Bible before going to sleep. As you practice these truths, your marriage will grow more and more blessed through the years. Review your actions. Ignorance of mental and spiritual laws is the cause of all marital unhappiness. By praying scientifically together, you stay together. The best time to prevent divorce is before marriage. If you learn how to pray in the right way, you will attract the right mate for you. Marriage is the union of a man and a woman who are bound together by love. Their hearts beat as one and they move onward, upward and Godward. Marriage does not guarantee happiness. People find happiness by dwelling on the eternal truths of God and the spiritual values of life. Then the man and woman can contribute to each other's happiness and joy. You attract the right mate by dwelling on the qualities and characteristics you admire in a woman or a man. Then your subconscious mind will bring you together in divine order. You must build into your mentality the mental equivalent of what you want in a marriage partner. If you want to attract an honest, sincere and loving partner in life, you must be honest, sincere and loving yourself. You do not have to repeat mistakes in marriage. When you really believe you can have the type of man or woman you idolize, it is done unto you as you believe. To believe is to accept something as true. Accept your ideal companion now mentally. Do not wonder why or where you will meet the mate you are praying for. Trust implicitly the wisdom of your subconscious mind. It has the power to carry out its mission. You don't have to assist it. You are mentally divorced when you indulge in peeves, grudges, ill will and hostility towards the marriage partner. You are mentally dwelling with error in your mind. Adhere to your marriage vows. I promise to cherish, love and honor him or her all the days of my life. Cease projecting fear patterns to your marriage partner. Project love, peace, harmony and goodwill, and your marriage will grow more beautiful and more wonderful through the years. Radiate love, peace and goodwill to each other. These vibrations are picked up by the subconscious mind, resulting in mutual trust, affection and respect. A nagging partner is usually seeking attention and appreciation. He or she is craving love and affection. Praise and exalt their many good points. Show them that you love and appreciate them. Partners who love each other do not do anything unloving or unkind in word, manner or action. Love is what love does. In marital problems, always seek expert advice. You would not go to a carpenter to pull a tooth. Neither should you discuss your marriage problems with relatives or friends. If you need counsel, go to a trained person. Never try to make over your wife or husband. These attempts are always foolish and tend to destroy the pride and self-esteem of the other. Moreover, they arouse a spirit of resentment that can prove fatal to the marriage bond. Cease trying to make the other a second edition of yourself. Pray together and you will stay together. Scientific prayer solves all problems. Mentally picture your wife as she ought to be, joyous, happy, healthy and beautiful. See your husband as he ought to be, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious and kind. Maintain this mental picture and you will experience the marriage made in heaven, which is harmony and peace. I'll just finish this last paragraph. So your subconscious mind and your happiness. William James, the father of American psychology, said that the greatest discovery of the 19th century was not in the realm of physical science. The greatest discovery was the power of the subconscious, touched by faith. In every human being is that limitless reservoir of power that can overcome any problem in the world. True and lasting happiness will come into your life the day you get the clear realization that you can overcome any weakness. The day you realize that your subconscious can solve your problems, heal your body, and prosper you beyond your fondest dream. You may have been very happy when you became engaged to the partner of your dreams. You may have felt very happy when you graduated from college, when you got married, when your child was born, or when you won a great victory or a prize. You could go on and list other experiences that made you happy. However, no matter how marvelous these experiences are, they do not give real, lasting happiness. They are transitory. The book of Proverbs gives the answer. Whosoever trusteth in the Lord, happy is he. When you trust in the Lord, the power and wisdom of your subconscious mind to lead, guide, govern, and direct all your ways, you will become poised, serene, and relaxed. As you radiate love, peace, and goodwill to all, you are really building a superstructure of happiness for all the days of your life. Thank you, Babaji, all our gurus, and all divine masters. Thank you, Monikaji.
Thank you, Meena ji. What's your reflection about all these things?
To be honest, I can't believe what so many similarities to what we're learning in the morning through the Unified course. It's absolutely unbelievable. For example, the sections where you need to train your thoughts to always think positive things, in terms of our making that formula, creating what we want. And in that, we're actually accepting God's values. And that's what Joseph is talking about in terms of all the good qualities that you want in yourself and others. You then accept to be your qualities in the formula that we have. So that mirrors exactly what Babaji's teachings are. And then the bit about claiming something, i.e. what you expect, and also then claiming it and accepting it is part of the formula. And then we're actually giving forgiveness and thanks. Joseph said the same thing about giving thanks to it at the end of it. So when I was reading that sentence, oh my God, this mirrors what Babaji is teaching us through the creating formula. And it's absolutely unbelievable. And the fact that what you actually think becomes is quite serious, in the sense that we really, really need to be mindful of what we're feeding our subconscious mind. And I think prior to doing the Unified course, I wasn't very mindful. I didn't realise that your thoughts are actually things, i.e. your thoughts are actually going to end up in your destiny in some shape or form. For example, that man that kept thinking his wife was going to cheat on him and leave him, and he was scared of it. Within months of his marriage, that's what happened, because he was feeding that into his subconscious mind, and that eventually became his reality. So it's seeking the goodness and all the godly qualities in others rather than focusing on their negatives. And the other good thing I learned today that reminded me is, if you have any issues in relationships or problems, I think it's through Rhonda Byrne's book, the Magic Book, I think it was, she said, appreciate their good qualities and focus on those. So make a gratitude list of all the good things about them, to take your mind off of all the bad things that are always on the forefront, to shun them basically and focus on the good qualities. And then eventually you're able to overcome that negative hole that you're getting into. And that's exactly what Joseph's saying in some way or shape or form, that you need to focus on the good qualities that you're looking for example, in a partner. You've got to have them within you, in your own subconscious mind, in order to attract that ideal person. So although this is very deep and meaningful, I think the way he's saying it is quite practical as well, in terms of saying those few lines in the morning and the evening. And even Babaji says, before you go to sleep, read the chapter, read the book, absorb what the words are, and let your subconscious actually start working on it. So even while you're sleeping, your mind and your subconscious, i.e. your higher self, is helping you manifest things. and bring about what you've actually learned on that chapter. So heartfelt gratitude, Monica. I can't thank you enough. I keep saying every time, I absolutely love Joseph Murphy's book, and I wish I could apply everything of it and actually put it into application. That is the next step now, because it's one thing, like I said, to read it, discuss it, and then close your heart and mind on it, and it's another thing to actually implement it and see the direct results. So one day we can refer back to, I don't know if he's living now or wherever his soul is, to go up to and say, thank you, Joseph, whatever you taught us, this is the fruit of your teachings, which indirectly in my mind is Babaji's teachings. So hats off to Babaji for inspiring us through Joseph G. That's how I see it.
And this book is outstanding. It won't give you the idea about a particular situation. It gives you idea about different situation, and how in different situation we react differently. And sometimes, means, as he mentioned about the relationship, one thing which I think means like misunderstanding, where one is very open, other one is very reserved. That is also a conflict, because how that person can resolve a situation when someone is not able to open up themselves. These kind of things I see most in most of the people. And also sometime, yes, if one is doing well, sometime there, like the man you just mentioned, like some of the people, they think so much negative about themselves, that they are not good enough, that other person is doing well, maybe that person is better than them. They always underestimate themselves. But we have to trust the process, and on the same time try to remove the things, I read it somewhere. I don't know it's real or means what. They said the man ego is so high that it won't means try to means one it is done, it is done. Like they make up their mind, they won't come out of it. But the women, because they do multitask, I don't know how much truth it is in this statement, but what I read from that, and I correlated with my family members, with myself as well. They said that the women's, they manage so many things. Due to that, they won't focus too much on particular thing, because since from the child they grown up with so much stress. They have the stress of means keeping everyone together, all those things. And the patterns, it is like, when you're in a family, if since from your childhood there is a pattern where you are sharing everything, then when you grown up, that then it become a biggest problem for you, because unintentionally you are sharing some very deep things, very sensitive matters, which needs to be around you and the person. It knows not, it won't be like a open book for everyone to read. Then it might be hard. And sometimes a little mistake, we can take it to other way around, that how this thing happened to me, we deny sometimes we have very bad additions, bad habits. That, like the lady, she was attracting wrong partners all the time.
Mm.
Yeah. And she was means very nice, and everything was there, but then she manifested. And here one thing also, like people, means in all culture we have a different thinking. In some of old eras, I was talking to a widow today, and it literally, when she was talking, it was literally killing me from inside, the way she expressed the things after her husband passed away. And she was saying that, one thing, I'm very grateful, I'm from this era. She said in the past, like how they were treating the widows, right? They were not allowed to have meal with the families. They were not allowed to wear colorful clothes. So many things were she was mentioning. And she said, also they were making sure that she don't have hairs. So means, if you see what level of torture that means was there. Like Joseph Murphy is from abroad, but like from our Asian background, if we go with that. And who was doing this? Mostly the women's in the home. Yeah. And this also says that we born and we grown up in the era where these patterns are there, and due to that what the and it was paternal thing where the man's own egos were so high that women have to means go according to their command. They don't have their voice. Because why I'm sharing this side of the story, maybe some of the people who is going to check the review, they are means from abroad, their mindset is completely different because their culture is different. But some Asian countries, their culture is different, where literally we grown up where people are feeding your brain with wrong things, that don't share this and blah blah, so many lies, and we grown up with that. And because that time there was no internet, nothing. The technology was invented during that era, yeah. So people were not that much aware about
Mm.
what is. Now when we see the fake news on social media, we easily get it, that oh, this is fake, this is not real. But that time whatever they were saying, it was like it's a truth, because
Mm.
there was no proof where we can verify it, right? So many things open up through this, like the pattern of boys family, pattern of girls family, and when they both are in a trouble, how both families are dealing with the situation, right? Or how with everyone in that family is dealing with the same kind of situations, mean like the same pattern of thinking to resolve the same situation, but not seeing the things from a different perspective, from different culture point of view. Like my dad was very advanced. He was like, he don't allow like any kind of bullshit. He was very straightforward. He said, I don't care. Means I'm still alive, I can take care of you. You don't need to go through all these things. Yeah, I was very much controlled by in-laws. Like even I was forced to give my child to other person. They didn't give me that choice to make, and I end up with not seeing my parents for a long time. So from where this kind of thought came in their mind to torture a person who just delivered a baby, have a newly born baby, and you are going to treat her like this. And during the relationship, I'm sharing my personal experience. My mother-in-law always used to say, a man have multiple relationship. No one can point out a finger towards the man. The woman needs to be crystal clear. And I was like, what you're talking about? Means maybe I grown up in a different environment, so we were very open to discuss these type of things. But then sometimes the people's mentality level is different, their thinking, their ideology is different, where they feed their kids mind with this, that it is okay, if you are married you can go outside, you have that right to have an extramarital affair, you have the right to go with other women, doesn't matter, you have. And when I had my second son, because I didn't give it to him, the family took him and his girlfriend on a trip. So means this is the relationship where you need to bring the balance. We say that don't share these things, but I think some of the situation you need to open up, because it might be there is someone else in the same situation. You need to make them aware that now the era is not the same. Now the women are financially stable, and they can take care of themselves. That's why nowadays people mostly prefer to be on their own. They don't want to be in marriage or any other kind of relationship, because they see that both side of corn and prawns. I'm not saying in every culture it is happening, in with every marriages it is happening, but some of the marriages, like they said, that you need to involve a person who is specialized in this, the who knows, means who can give you the right guidance at the right time. It's not like all the time you are repeating the same thing, to make the family fearful, and you're not allowing the person to see, then it is your own mental blockage. You are blocking other person. Then that time that person don't have any other choice rather than speaking up the truth to everyone. Then because you didn't give that person that choice.
mm,
I'm agree with him, but on the same time, I'm disagree with him on this, because all the occasions are not the same, all the situation, and I completely understand. He is from Western culture, and we are from Asian culture, so there is a huge difference. I still remember I was, I think, 4 or 5 years old. Then that time, in India, the sati pratha, if the husband passed away, the woman have to be with him with his right, last right, and they burn her alive with him,
mm, mm,
because he is no more there.
mm,
So there are so many things, different culture, different background, but yes, maintain it with dignity, be loyal, be respectful, give equal time. Means when you choose someone, you need to be then surrender to each other. I believe then things work, where there is a compromise on an equal level, where is a complete sharing of everything. If you are not open up, you are like ruining your own relationship.
mm,
You need to speak up about where you think that this thing is not working, why is not working. We have to sit together, let's talk about it, let finish this thing here right now. Give chances. It is not like don't give chances. Give chances, but then if the things won't change, then you have to move on with the things that, if the past results were not, means you tried your level best in all situations, you approached to through a different perspective but doesn't work, then I personally believe don't ruin your life. One of my friends, she shared 2 3 days ago, her husband is not giving any kind of financial support to her, and she is with this guy from a long time. And I was like, literally, just because he is not supporting you financially, and you are the one taking care of everything, you still want to be with him.
mm,
Means think deeply about the thing. If you put a person like in a cage, and you're not allowing that person to breathe, how long that person will survive? It's better to make a decision where you can move on with your life. Like the lady did the right thing. She manifested the right person. She got divorced. You got the life once. Live your life on your term and condition. Live it fully. It's not like you are just bounded to have these experience. You are not born here to just experience one thing. You are here to experience bitterness, sweetness, everything together. So if there is a too much bitterness, try to be check that side of your mind, that why this is means happening. I know one of my another known person. He got engaged twice, and both the time what happened was they didn't make it till the end to get married. Right. Later on, that guy got married to someone, but because of two rejections in the, like the author mentioned, this person had this. We are getting divorced. We are getting divorced, and they literally got the divorce because of his own fear of rejection, that, oh, she's going to reject me, she's going to reject me.
mm,
And he was never ever opened up with her on mental, physical, and emotional level, and they end up with the divorce. So it is also important for both man and woman to equally share their thoughts. If you resolve, like the person said, that before going to the bed you need to
mm,
resolve the issue.
mm,
And you have to pick up why this pattern I'm following, and this pattern is hurting my partner's feeling. I have to change it.
mm,
I have to, and here it is truth. The only thing a partner wants from the other partner is loyalty, faith, and unconditional love.
mm.
No judgment. if their judgment is still there, then it is like you are with that person for particular reason, some attachment, maybe for home, for financial finances, for anything, where the love is. But when I'm loving someone unconditionally, I think beyond this.
Mm.
You can sometimes, some of the days you are not working, that person will support you financially. Some of the days that person is not working, you are there to support that person. The things you need to balance, है ना?
Mm.
In relationship, no one is superior, no one is lower. Both are the equal partners in whatever they are doing. If they want to go for a long you know long
Blissful
time,
marriage.
yeah, long term, to maintain their relationship. Vaniji, would you like to add something?
Yeah, today's session was, as usual, it's not every day. This book is kind of bringing new perspectives, new dimensions to our understanding. And today, mostly, it's all about the relationship. Um, Around 60 to 70%, it's we read about the relationship patterns and all those stuff. But apart from that, when initially we started, we also kind of discuss about an engineer, I think Ray Hammerstein, who find a faulty switch design. He found the fix for the faulty switch and designed something, and he won $50,000, the highest amount for any invention, right, from his company. So it's again reiterating that your subconscious mind is a powerful tool. You have to use it in whatever ways you want it. You have to use it, and whatever examples given is in this book are all true, right? It happened already, so there is no way that you can doubt. There is no doubt about your subconscious mind is part of infinite intelligence, and it's giving you an option and tool to design your own life. And another takeaway is about kind of a line that I got very much liked. That line is, "Whoever trust in Lord, happy he will be." So that is a great lesson. So trust in divine, trust in infinite intelligence. It will deliver to you. So that's one thing. And there were a couple more examples about a writer. I forgot his name. I think it's Ray or something. That writer gives commands to his subconscious mind to write his own novel. How amazing it will be. We can use it such a way we can become writers also. So there is a lot of kind of opportunities. If you use your subconscious mind, you can elevate yourself, right? You can elevate yourself, your brain power, and based on that you can shine in whatever you are planning to do or you are doing, right? So it's an amazing book. As Meena ji mentioned, it's also aligns with the morning sessions we are having with Babaji's unified course. So it's amazing, it's wonderful, it's
And there is a
awesome.
spontaneous thinking,
Yeah,
isn't it,
yeah,
Monica? That chapter on
Yeah,
spontaneous
that's what
thinking.
I am going to say. That look,
To your
Babaji
higher
gave.
self, answering all your questions.
yeah,
This is exactly what Margie said, that Joseph G is saying. Trust your subconscious, which is your actual higher self, to
yes,
give you the answers. You don't need to look elsewhere. The answers are within. And just having that firm belief that Babaji is with us, our gurus, our Guru Mandala are constantly with us to overcome any fear and acceptance. I think Joseph just said somewhere, I think he said acceptance. Do you accept what you've actually got? So I can't believe how much it mirrors. Honestly, it's amazing.
And this book, like, the topics are correlated with what practice we are doing.
right,
And that is means very it's a big surprise that how Babaji gave us these kind of things that go with this, so it you will get more depth about your subconscious mind, other things around you. You can get the idea on a very very deeper level. And getting the means, we all do mistake. I got married when I was very young. right? Young kids, they are like, yeah, they are little bit in their own fairy world. So sometimes when you are not mature, you do so many mistakes as well. And this book, when you were reading, there are few things which where I was like, yes, these things happen, and the subconscious mind had that power. And I was this means I'm a very dreamer type of person. My husband was always laughing because I was looking in that area, the love, like, Heer and Ranja. He said, "You are mad." You are in a fantasy world. एक कोई serial आता था. I was very fan of that serial, है ना. And he was just looking at my face, facial expression when I was watching it. He was like, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता.
Pull you down to reality. Come back, Monica G. Come off the cloud.
Yeah, and I was like, no, means मैं उसको बार बार I was keep looking at it because I think it's about your inner child, how you think, how you are, means very in that fantasy world where your imagination says no, these things happen, these are real. And today even I was talking to someone, and she also explained me the same thing. She said, I have a butterfly about these things. I said, hold on your butterflies, because I said that what I was thinking when I was very young. So I said reality is little bit different. Be mature when you make any kind of decision. Properly follow up and check everything. And I said because go into the depth and use your subconscious mind. I told them that this book is a very beautiful book. Go through the chapters if you want to manifest something very beautiful for your future. You can use these powerful words and you can create something new. So deep gratitude to Joseph Murphy and Babaji for giving us this deep insight. Being a woman, we see so many things, right? We go through so many things. I'm not saying the males won't go through, but most of the time they are in the office, but the women are the one who are in the who are the homemaker and looking everything around, right? Maintaining everything. And how beautifully this book is explaining the, finally someone is actually speaking about women's emotion. How they feel, like I really feel it is a justice the way he expressed that, why that person have that kind of mindset, because that person is not getting what that person supposed to have in their life. So yeah, thank you very much, Meena ji and Vani ji, being a part of this session. We'll meet tomorrow again. Thank you. And Meena ji, would you like to wrap up?
Yeah, humble thanks to all of you. Thank you so much for joining in, and we look forward to having you with us tomorrow. Same time, same place. Thank you so much.
Thank you.